All right, y'all. So we're back for another video. Now, if you all know, I have been through quite a bit this past week, putting up stuff and then taking it down and then going through all this. But, you know, I keep telling people about my AI business, about how I run it completely off of, my product, Kiyomi. But now I'll reveal to you all, I run it also off of Claude. But there's a catch to it because I'm going to show you how I have turned Claude into the ultimate business platform through Kiyomi. So I'm going to show you something a little different today. We're going to go in here and we're going to do Claude, and I like to be dangerous, so I'm going to go dangerously skip permissions. Okay, so we'll let that load up. We see Claude, all right. We got it up right here. So how does this have to do with Kiyomi? I mean, you titled the video that you turn Claude into your one employee. Well, let me show you how, because I haven't given up on Kiyomi. In fact, and I know I've been saying this, so let me stop saying this, Kiyomi has legitimately reached her final form because we're in Claude right now. You see it on the screen, but watch this. /command Kiyomi. And it's ruminating, and let's see what Kiyomi has turned into. Let's see what I am launching today right now. Look at that there. Kiyomi Max, AI Business Operating System. That's what I have done. Kiyomi has now reached her final form. Seriously, she is what will turn your Claude into the ultimate AI business operating system. And even look right here. Hey, Richard, here's where things stand. Shows me some of my clients that I'm working with. Shows me some open loops. Even shows me my revenue, saying what I'm aiming for each month. And so it says, well, what are we working on today? So this whole thing right here, I want you to pay attention to this too. SQL-like Kiyomi memory. So, you know, Claude, if you know the inside, it remembers things through MD files. That's why your Claude always forgets things. Well, Kiyomi has persistent memory. So within this Kiyomi Max, I have brought along the persistent memory, which means it knows you. You didn't see me type anything in, and it's, hey, Richard, it knows me. It can know you too. Let me show you some of the power. Okay, so Kiyomi, today I want to do a couple things with you. Ooh, my spelling again. All right. First, I have a client. Well, I have a client who, let me see some of the people who I've talked to in the last day. Talked to a plumber, talked to an enterprise business, but I don't want to reveal them on here. And I talked to a barber. Spoke with a gentleman yesterday who does a lot of work for his organization. Let's go with my audience is a lot of one-man startups. So how about we go with a one-man startup who is a person who is you know what? Let's go with the plumber, okay? Because people need to get into trades nowadays. Plumbers want to build their network. Plumbers usually need a simple website. They need invoices, and then they want to be able to send emails. If those things can be made and automated, then I think we'll be okay. Let me just do this real quick. Let me check my notes before we get into it. Because I just want to make sure that I'm making the right thing. Okay, so what we're going to do with this is, we're going to do a website, invoice, and an email because I got some more for you. So, okay, so I have a client who is, and we'll go down here and click in, who is a plumber. The name of his company is Cowboy Plumbers. He works in the Atlanta area. And he is one-man company. He needs a website. Can you make a simple but very nice looking website for him where he can be found by potential clients and they can see his services, charges, and fill out information to get a quote. We'll say that, okay? My spelling is just atrocious, but the camera was in front of it. And then we'll say, open it up as a local HTML file on my MacBook. All right. So again, what we've done is we're using the power of Claude Code, billion-dollar company, and I just said, you know, all these other companies that are popping up like OpenClaw and, you know, like their competition, they're building wrappers. I don't want to build a wrapper. I want something to enhance it. There's a lot of people that have Claude Code and they don't know anything, like they don't know what to do with it. So let me enhance what you have with Claude Code. Because here's the problem. People want to have one-man, one-woman startups. And they want to learn Claude Code, but see, all this business stuff, you've got to customize in it. You've got to build it from scratch. You got to do all this stuff. You got to be a doggone developer, you know, in there to know what you're doing. So I said, well, I've built an entire one-man startup from Kiyomi. I built Kiyomi using Claude. Then I started to run my business off of Kiyomi. But why try and have something that competes with Claude when I can just make Claude better for this purpose? See, what I'm showing you right now is something that Claude is probably never going to do. They might come out with like a Claude business, but it'll be generic. It won't know you. It won't do what you need it to do. It won't connect to your YouTube, to your Google Workspace, to your Twitter, and send you proactive things. And yes, this one does. Another problem I saw while I was working, and look, I'm just showing you Claude Code working, but it's within Kiyomi. Like, again, Kiyomi Max is your AI business operating system. You don't see this on Claude, okay? Let me continue my story. Where was I? I'm sorry, I just went off on a tangent. But all this customization that you have to do for your business, and you just need a couple of things. You need your Google Workspace. You need to be able to send and get emails. You need something to check your email, and you need something to post to social media for you. That's what the majority of businesses need. But these large AI companies like Claude and OpenAI and Google will not niche down that far because they want to appeal to a broad space. Even if they come out with a Claude business, Gemini business, or whatever, you will still have to go in there and know how to do these things. When you could get Kiyomi Max, and then you're looking at someone who's also running a one-man startup. Look at this. Okay, we're gonna make this big for y'all and put it in its own little thing. Let me just. All right, look, Cowboy Plumbers, service pricing. Why us? Get a free quote. Honest Plumbing, no bull. I'm not a big man on that one. They need to change that. Atlanta's go-to plumbing, fast, reliable service. I mean, look at this website, man. 500 jobs completed, same-day service, 0 hidden fees. I mean, now you all have seen me make websites before. I mean, you've seen me do it with, you know, Kiyomi, but you haven't seen me do it with such a good version of Kiyomi. So here's our website. You know, and again, for a business owner, because we're thinking about the solo business owner. Are you really going to sit down and learn how to make a website, or do you just buy Kiyomi Max and then go ahead and just type it in there with normal language like I just did? All right, let's go here. Okay, so now let's build a sample invoice for a job he did. I can't see anything because my recorder. For me, He came and snaked out the shower drain for me and wants to charge me $200. Can you make a nice professional invoice PDF and open it on my MacBook desktop? His name is, we'll come up with a fake name. We'll say this person's name is Kyle. We'll say his name is Kyle Jackson. Okay. All right. So we'll do that. Mind you, we're in Claude. So like, again, this answers the concern. Oh my God, Richard, Kiyomi's not working. Let me get in support and all this stuff. And well, now you're working with Kiyomi within Claude Code. So now okay, I got something that works. I got all the capabilities of Kiyomi. I didn't have to customize it myself. Richard made it for me. And now the updates that happen for Kiyomi Max, and then what I'm going to show you a little later, they all come by way of, well, what is your suggestion? What do you do for your business? Leave it down in the comments below. I know I'm going to be adding more capabilities as we go on, but instead of you getting like a file that you're worried it doesn't work right, it's not installing right, this, that, and the third, all you got to do is get Claude Code. And if you don't want Claude Code, it's not like the Kiyomi desktop and the Kiyomi web app, where I had the video up and then I pulled it down, but for those of you who saw it, it's not like those are gone. You can still find those on my website in legacy apps. But for me, if I'm running a business and I want something that works, dude, I'm buying Kiyomi Max. And when I show you the price for Kiyomi Max, it's a no-brainer. It is a no-brainer. And I can tell you, I run my entire business off of Kiyomi. Here's my version. I go in here and I type Kiyomi 9, and then look, I got Kiyomi. Here's Ariana, here's Brock, here's Ariana, here's Brock, here's Nicole. I just select one of them, like say I just pick Ariana, and then it launches her, and then boom, she's ready to go. We're ready to talk. So I run my entire business off of Kiyomi. So this is like, hey, Richard, how are you doing all this stuff? Well, hey, man, I just showed you the keys to the kingdom and exactly how I do it. So now let's check out this invoice. Look at this invoice. This thing is nice. Okay, so Kyle Jackson, Cowboy Plumbers. We got the number in here. We got the nice shower drain snake service. Rate $175. Service diagnostic. $200. Payment method, cash, check payable to Kyle Jackson, Venmo, Zelle, payment due. Y'all. So we got the invoice. Now let me show you where this is a no-brainer. Okay. So then we'll say email that invoice to me at info@rmdwllc.com. So this is, regular Claude can't just email you, but Kiyomi, working within Claude, can. There it is, configured, and there it goes. So when I check my email, it's already there. So now that's what I'm saying. If you're a business, like, this is a no-brainer. When you see the price, this is a no-brainer. We just got a website. We just got an invoice. In a few moments, I'm going to show you the email. I showed you how I run my entire business using this. So, again, it is a no-brainer. And then finally, we're going to get past this. I'm going to show you a couple other examples. I'm trying not to make this a long video, but I'm so excited because this is such a breakthrough. I was talking to a gentleman last week. He said, Richard, I don't think, and this is when it was just Kiyomi Desktop, just the CLI. I showed him it. He was impressed and he liked it, but he was like, I don't think this is your final product. I just don't. So then I go and I create this web app from scratch, which is okay, but it's like, I'm sitting here trying to basically compete with Claude and all these, and that ain't gonna work, I mean, web app was good. I made it real nice, but it only lasted like 2-3 days because again, well, here's this bug, here's this problem. Why don't we just build straight from the foundation? If you look at the architecture of OpenClaw and stuff like that, it is just, it's not a wrapper. It's a little more than a wrapper. I'm going to give OpenClaw some credit, but it utilizes what you already have to be able to be OpenClaw. And OpenClaw is for developers, but Kiyomi is for business owners, in particularly the one-man, one-woman startups. Okay, so it says it sent the invoice. Let me go over here and check my email. And again, I'm just letting you all know this email, y'all can email it. I'm not going to be able to respond. I'm just telling you. I'm just being honest with you. I got a whole lot going on in life. And hold on, I got to do the verification. Don't worry. I'm going to have myself on camera this whole time. Why isn't my email already in there? All right, so checking my email and look. Hi, Richard. Please find your attached invoice from Cowboy Plumbers. And look, there's the invoice right there. So I just showed you website, invoice, email sent. Okay, so now what's the big reveal? Well, let's go here to Claude AI. Why am I here? Well, let's see a couple of things here, because if you press the plus sign and you go down to connectors, ooh, we have Kiyomi right here. All right. So since Kiyomi's right here, I'm on Claude AI and I go, use Kiyomi to check the last email that I got and tell me about it. So it's checking, thinking about limitations. It's loading tools. If you see it, it's loading Kiyomi. It's got this little earth symbol. I'm going to change it to the flower. Here's your rundown of your last email. Subject, invoice from Cowboy Plumbers. It's an invoice from Cowboy Plumbers for shower drain snaking service performance done today. It's got that. So yeah, this I not only made Kiyomi Max, I also made Kiyomi Tools, which is an MCP server that you can use for Claude AI. Let's pull up one more thing. Let's pull this up, and I'm going to put it in its own window so that all can see. It's just taking its sweet time pulling up, but I'm going to show you this here. Well, would you look at this here? This is Claude Desktop. So we're going to say this. Can you post a tweet for me that says test? So it's thinking about limitations. It loads the tools. I wonder what tool I have on Claude Desktop. Ooh, the little earth thing. That looks like it could be Kiyomi-chan. Yeah, the MCP not only works on Claude AI, it works on Claude Desktop as well. Which means for Kiyomi, for Kiyomi Max, for Kiyomi Tools, which is the MCP, Telegram is dead. It's dead. It had a whole lot of problems, whole lot of errors. Let me tell you what the hack is. You go, you put, what is it? You put Kiyomi on your machine. You put, the Kiyomi MCP on your stuff. Download the Claude app. It's real. Download the Claude app. Have the Kiyomi MCP working for you. And as a one-man startup, you got your whole business right there. While it's posting to X, we're gonna come back here because I want to go ahead and show you all the website now. So for the website, this is what it is. And finally revealing it. Type /Kiyomi to run your business. What do we have here? The familiar price. I'm asking for $149, not per month, for the whole year. That's right. One payment for the whole year, $149. And you got it. Okay? You got it. $149 for Kiyomi Max. Everything Claude Code is missing. You get this, what I just showed you, and you turn your Claude into the ultimate business operating system. This is the comparison, Claude Code versus Kiyomi Max. It just works within Claude Code. Now, say that you want that MCP server, you go to Kiyomi Tools. I have 25, and it's going to go up, business tools for Claude. And look at the price, $19.99 a month. That's it. We're living in an age where, couple things, nobody has any money, nobody has a job, and everybody's trying to look for a way to survive honorably. You get this, you go from just a person who's thinking about having a business to a person who has their own business and can run it. Okay? It's real simple. The steps, $19.99 for both of these. You do need a Claude subscription, but it walks you through it. You can pay Claude. Now, if you're like me, dude, I'm throwing $200 a month for Claude, but I got a whole business that I'm making. If you're an honest business person, you throw $200 for Claude, you throw $150 for Kiyomi, that's $350, and then you do $19.99 a month. So you're paying $220 a month. You're only paying for Kiyomi Max once a year. I mean, like, you're investing, what, $500 into your whole business to get it to run without you, to get it to be automated? If you're a serious business owner and you're trying to be a solo startup, hey man, I mean, that's the thing. Okay, so now we say, here it says your tweet has been posted successfully. Well, let's see, because I think you're lying. Let's go to X, okay? And I'm going to go to my profile. It seems X is down right now. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, we're good. So let's go to the Richard Echols AI profile. Why it's not already up, I don't know. It just makes me want to click more. But that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to get upset about it. Just the video's long, and I'm trying to shut it down. So I'll go to my profile. Let's see if it actually did it. Things are loading slowly. Look at that. Test. So again, I've shown you from Claude Code, from Claude AI, from Claude Desktop. We're here. Let me delete that tweet. You guys, this is what you all have been waiting for. And I'll just say this too. Because it works within Claude Code, guess what? My Windows users who's been having a time with me, this is available on Windows too. Wherever Claude Code is available, this is available. Now, for my customers who I have already, this is a brand new product. So if you want to migrate from this over, migrate from the CLI over to this, by all means, go ahead. Does that mean you have to pay again? Yeah, you have to pay again. But dude, this is a brand new product. And I'll address this one thing too before we close. On one of my videos, I got this thing about, oh man, Richard, you just change all the time. And I agree. There have been a lot of changes, and it's only been a little over a month. But this is the journey of a one-man startup, and I am just upfront and honest, with what's going on. This is the process. But it took all of what you all saw on camera before to get here, and now we're here. Now I can go lay back and chill and just let my business run and not having to do fixes and updates and all this stuff. Like, we're here now. And just think about this illustration to leave you with. Apple made a lot of changes too. Microsoft made a lot of changes. When Apple started, they were just in computers, and then they moved to an iPhone, and now they're back, with their computers on top, and all that stuff integrates. This is a journey. I'm not going to be perfect, but what I can tell you is that if you stuck with me in the journey where we are now, just for $149 or just for $19.99 a month, where we are now and where we're staying, I thank you for staying on the journey. And I thank you for sticking around to where now, hey man, we're serious. This is real business right here. So, Hey man, y'all have a good one. Take it easy. I got more videos coming because I'm so excited about this. Kiyomi Max available right now, $149 for the entire year. The Kiyomi Tools, which is the MCP, available right now, $19.99 a month. Hey, go get it and get your business going. This is for one-man startups. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.